I'm Emily Rose.
And I'm Dan Philgreen. Welcome to Shell Point Today for Monday, April 23rd.
We kick off your week with a look back at the red carpet extravaganza that was the photo contest and show awards. Jeff Corey from the Legacy Foundation stops by to talk about a program you don't want to miss.
Once a year, we have our annual Wills Clinic where we invite about 4 or 5 of the best estate planning attorneys here in town to come to Shell Point to meet with our residents. As you mentioned, it's a complimentary service. They can come by and visit with an attorney, bring their estate planning documents with them, and make sure that they've got everything in place when the time comes.
David Howenstein will give us a sneak peek of this week's Listening to the Words.
It's now being said that regularly indulging in coffee may actually be good for your health over the long run.
And we hear the story of one woman who left her native Austria in pursuit of the American dream.
That it was very scary to live there at that time because you had to watch everything what you were saying and doing.
And we will end the show with this week's Pet of the Week.
I had to wait to see his personality and decided he was a buster.
All the literary enthusiasts are celebrating today because on this day in 1564, the legendary William Shakespeare was born. The mastermind behind some of the most fabled stage performances, including Midsummer's Night Dream, Macbeth, and of course Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare was the premier penman of his time and has cast a literary shadow that is unmatched. In an interesting twist of fate, today isn't just for celebrating his birthday, as April 23rd was also the day William Shakespeare passed at the age of 52. Now, Emily, what's your favorite Shakespeare play?
It's hard to choose from all of them. I'd say Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah.
It's more of a comedic, less tragic play.
Oh, yeah.
How about yours?
Oh, I like The Merchant of Venice. I think Shylock was just so deliciously terrible.
Well, keeping with the literary theme, tomorrow is another captivating library book talk. Come join Albert Myers of Genonia as he gives a presentation of David McCullough's novel Truman. The story follows the rise of Harry S. Truman from U.S. Senator to becoming the 33rd President of the United States. It includes a look into Truman's struggles ending World War II and the tumultuous times that manifested in its aftermath. It's a book talk you don't want to miss, so stop by the Social Center at 2:15 to check it out.
Also happening tomorrow is the Finemark Bank Spring Shred event. This is a free service to everyone to prevent identity theft. You are welcome to bring any item to the event, including credit cards, debit cards, ID cards, compact discs, and even checkbooks. However, this event is not for larger items such as binders and phone books. And please, no pre-shredded items either. If you're interested in getting rid of some of your old personal documents, then head over to the Village Church between 9 and 10:30.
Looking ahead to later this week, there's still time to sign up for Thursday night's dinner outing to Roy's Restaurant. This is one of the more unique dining experiences in the region, with flavors captured straight from the South Pacific. Try a signature poke bowl, or maybe dive into grilled Wagyu meatloaf. The cost of this trip is $5 with dinner on your own.
This Friday, there will be another courtside chat with Shell Point President Martin Chappell. This discussion will be for the residents of Rosemont. It will be a time for those residents of that particular court to discuss community news and updates. If you live in Rosemont, then stop by the Grand Cypress Room at 2 p.m. this Friday.
As a reminder, the annual school supply drive is still going on. For the 12th consecutive year, Shell Point is gathering donations that will go to purchasing school supplies for the upcoming school year. In 2017, this fund was able to fill 700 bags with school supplies for children of Shell Point employees. Please make sure you return your letter from the School Supply Fund Committee by April 30th.
And if you're looking for another way to give back, then how about taking part in this weekend's Head and Neck Cancer Walk at Hammond Stadium? We caught up with Wellness Manager Michelle Tompkins to learn more about this event.
Thanks, Michelle. Well, there's always something happening here at Shell Point, and now Program Leader Lily Honch has a look at what to expect at this week's Aviation Club meeting.
For many, the path of chasing the American dream is littered with seemingly overwhelming obstacles. Well, our own Dave Nixon sat down with one Shell Point resident who forged her own unique path from her native Austria. Emily, that's not all to Mrs. Wimmer's story. On one of her final visits to Austria, her father left her 2 gifts, a large plot of land and this 16th century carving. It's a masterful work of art. Now, on her way home, in what can only be described as divine intervention, a mix-up of the time forced her to miss a flight from Berlin to Paris, and that plane ended up crashing. Obviously, God was protecting her. And now she tells us that it's her job to tell others about his divine intervention.
There are countless mesmerizing stories that flow from Shell Point. Thankfully for us, many of those narratives are captured by David Hauenstein. Here he is with a preview of Listening to the Words.
While there are a few who can tell a story quite like David, Shell Point does have an abundance of extraordinarily gifted photographers. So we sent Rich Nation out to the red carpet of the Photo Contest and Show Awards for a look at some amazing artwork.
On May 3rd, you are invited for a celebration of faith as part of the National Day of Prayer. And over at Friendship Point, Don Poland and Scott Aiding are here to discuss the gatherings that will be happening all around the campus.
Thanks, guys. Well, Legacy Foundation Executive Director Jeff Corey stopped by the studio, and he's talking with Emily regarding an important life planning event you don't want to miss. Well, that's about all the time we have for today's show. But before we go, let me leave you with this. Don't look back, because you're not going that way. Think about that.
That's all for today's show. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Have a great day, everybody.